Weird ass.
You stop doing that, please, Milo.
It's not a chance in hell.
Why, Mark?
I need JT to just try and do it as well.
I got some popsicles in my cellar.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Incensed podcast.
I can't.
Your turn, mate.
I can't do the whistle. I will say the whistliness, that's hard to do. But
Milo's good at the whistle.
Yeah, no, he's good at that one.
It took me years to perfect.
Hi, kids.
Hey, kids.
I can do a decent Kermit the Frog, but that's pretty much the only thing I can do.
Completely change this
Right.
podcast up and have like different characters appearing.
Welcome to the Incense Podcast.
So, hey, it's great you could join us.
Hey, Kermit.
I guess it's time for the shiny of the week.
Oh, I love it.
And now it's time for Mark's poll.
Is that?
Who can do a good Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Get on the pole. Get on it now. I feel bad. I just realized I didn't know you guys had a YouTube channel, so I didn't even subscribe, but I did now. Live subscription.
We really don't push it.
We got a cold open.
Damn right.
Actually, it's funny, JT. Every day in the UK news, if you just type in Florida man, there's always some like weird ass story about somebody in Florida doing something dumb.
And the best part about it is it's usually a foreigner. We local Floridians, believe it or not, we do fine with each other. It's you all, not even foreigners as in like from other countries. I'm talking about like other state foreigners who come down here and talk all your crap about Florida, except for you're all the ones who cause the issues. It's always a man from New York, but they call him Florida man because he's in Florida. Okay, sure, whatever.
Who's going to try and hug the bear? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I go back out there. I bring this camera and we can go look at the bear.
That would be a cold open.
Right. Watching the bear climb down the tree and bum rush me and maul me to death. Welcome to the Incensed
I'm sure Milo will
podcast.
join in. JT, if you actually hug the bear and it hugs you back, we'll give you $100 each.
$100?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's collective.
That'll cover the costs for bear mauling and wounds and claw marks.
That might cover the medical cost for a
Might do the
band-aid.
two.
Yeah, I mean,
Tombstone.
maybe in the UK, not in America. Yeah, you're right. Like, jeez, you want $500? They'll give you a single band-aid.
Just on the tombstone, he won his bet.
Yeah. Actually, here's a fun one since we have Patreon members in here. So apparently last night, they tried to set up a trap for him with a little bit of food. They chose donuts for reasons. I don't know. People aren't smart here. But they threw donuts down to try to lure the bear into a trap. And I'm not joking here, but this is what I've heard, so I can't 100% confirm this. But apparently a homeless individual found the donuts and decided to eat them instead. So the bear didn't get to eat. A guy got to eat. That's nice.
But the bear could have eaten the guy.
It could have, but then they'd have to kill the bear, and I don't want that.
This is all a very elaborate trap. Lay a trap for a homeless person to go into.
Right.
So the bear follows him in.
And just relocate the dude somewhere in the forest and be like, all right, we're good, we got it. And the bear's still there.
Didn't know this bear was shaved. What's going on?
Right. What's going on here? Wait a minute.
It's kind of like what the Sasquatch story is.
From what I heard, Sue, I think they were smart enough not to get trapped at the trap, which is good. I think they picked them out from the side. But now they have like a heavy-duty trap out there, so they're hopefully going to set it up soon.
Hi, Connor. Welcome in to the
Connor.
bear chat.
Welcome to the Bearcast podcast.
Ooh.
You like Pokemon Go? You're in the wrong place. We're talking about
Well, I was gonna
grizzlies,
say, we've got our
sun
cold open
bears,
then tonight.
polar bears.
Absolutely. Tonight on episode 122, we've got GoFest information, which is pretty exciting, but unfortunately we are Coopless. However, we are joined by one of our good friends, a Mr. JT Valor.
Hello there. How you doing? It's good to see you guys.
Long time no see, man.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, for two of you, not so much, but yes, for Mark, for sure.
Hey, it was February. It's still like 3 months
That's
ago.
yeah, you know what? That's fair, I guess. You know, feels like it was yesterday. We were all in Vegas catching shinies together, getting unlucky on the slot machines.
Getting frozen on
that tour bus.
It was a good idea for the people in the middle part that weren't exposed to the blistering cold
Indeed.
wind.
Yeah, but we were relegated to the top deck.
It was not great. No.
Whose idea was it again, by the way? I need to thank them.
There was a few people. I will say that I might have been one of them, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Might have been a ghost as well, but we won't discuss that.
Anyway, I can't add anything to this conversation. So, guys, how are we all doing?
We're very good.
doing all
I
right.
might just say it's lovely to have you back. We missed you last week, mate, even though we sort of glossed over it, but welcome back.
Welcome back. And we're going to gloss over Coops not being here today as well. So
Who? What?
Who's that?
Who?
I found it slightly ironic where you boys were saying that the wheelbarrow was stuck in his shed, and I was actually destroying a shed and actually haven't got a shed, so I thought that was quite
I was
funny.
concerned about you. Demolishing a shed from the inside is not the cleverest idea.
But like I said, it was planned and we had stuff in place to do it like that. But yeah, you're right. It didn't look very good on the video.
I was like, where's the health and safety red tape? Come on.
Mate.
You didn't even have a high vis on, man.
I deal with health and safety every day of every working week. I tell you what, you're allowed to be a little bit reckless without worrying about HR getting you when you're at home.
There's nobody to report to, I guess.
Oh, there is. His missus.
Like I said, I was supervised. So what you boys been up to then anyway? I mean, obviously Coops isn't here, so talk to me.
Well, I think Coops he got bored of all of the news-heavy stuff last week, and he's found out we're doing more news this week, so he's done a run.
No, I think it's because of me.
guy.
I remember we had a falling out in Liverpool. It was terrible. So no, I'm just kidding. I love you, Coops. Hopefully next time.
It looked like a chicken fight.
Yeah, right, that's all it was. I remember there being a hug, but remember, it wasn't a good hug. It was a very angry hug.
Look forward to seeing you again. My ribs. Oh,
Yeah. Me too, buddy. Come here.
well, to the listeners,
Pop your incenses, champions. Let's go.
I'm going to wish you all that luck. Preferably shiny luck, but if you get anything else which is good, then that'll do for us. Ian, I noticed that you were almost protesting that you didn't want to jump into the Pokemon Go goodness as well. What was that all about? You felt like you were really restrained from that.
I never introduced the Pokemon Go goodness. And to be fair, we were going to get to know you, which isn't about Pokemon Go generally.
Okay, that's a good point. Maybe that's why I changed it around that time. Do you remember that when it was the second thing on the show?
I do, and it really threw us.
It's freaky.
Can't forget the world famous hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Could you clarify that spelling?
Yes, I can. Holly. That is SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. Right. I'm not going to say it again, Ian. Let's jump into the getting to know you section.
Just tell me about you, mate. Just what's going on?
It did make me chuckle because you are right. We were sort of going down the snake route quite consistently, and snakes here, snakes there, snakes everywhere. And I think you guys did pretty well. You handbrake that.
That's why we brought JT on. Florida's full of them.
Except there's bear trouble now.
Yeah.
There's trouble now.
Yeah, no,
You
the
would've
snakes have moved away, and now there's a big black bear that's literally like 5 feet from my front door of my building that I live in. It's magical, really.
So the question I wanted to ask you all is, what is your favourite bear? No, that's too obvious.
Have you had a near-death experience with a bear?
Not yet.
But this was a thought-provoking one for me. I've got a good answer for this, and that usually is helpful. But my question to you boys is, what is the lie you tell yourself most often?
You know what? I got you, because I've been thinking about this for quite some time, and that's the lie I tell myself so often is that I'm doing really well with my diet. I definitely am not. Let me tell you, it starts off okay, and then somehow we just really overshot the calorie count again. And even though you go to the
How
gym,
about that?
it doesn't seem to matter when you go to the gym. No, that's not true. It definitely matters still.
Well,
So-
after you've been to the gym, you just reward yourself, don't you? with more
Exactly.
food?
Like, oh man, I just picked up a 10-pound barbell. Let's eat a milkshake. Like, that's exaggeration.
And then, but JT, you're all about Pokemon Go gyms as well here, aren't you?
Oh,
So
of course,
which is
yes.
Obviously, you know,
I should be losing a lot more weight by the amount of these things I've been fighting and spinning as of late, but no, I don't get it.
spin classes, spinning Pokemon gyms in real life. Mate, I don't know what a gym is, so kudos to you for doing that, mate. It must be like leveling you out just about then. Not.
I will say the best part about it is I'm noticing my strength has gone up. So like it's definitely doing stuff. The problem is I do need to watch the calories because all it really is doing is adding muscle under the fat. So the man boobs are getting bigger, stronger, but bigger. And that's not quite what I want, but it's okay.
I'm just getting visions of an Austin Powers movie here.
Oh, no.
Ian went there.
Yes.
Ian went there.
How good's your Scottish accent?
Terrible.
see it, Ian. I can see it. That's a good one. That is a good one.
I can't talk, JT. Don't worry.
So, I was just going to say, JT, the bear hugs are going to be even more aggressive now, are they? With your newfound strength.
And,
is where we're
like I
going
said,
with this.
I'm just gonna go outside and ask the pro over there on the tree, like how it's done.
Bear wrestling.
Bear wrestling.
They'll become one of those Instagram reels where they put the Pokemon battle music over two creatures having a fight. You've seen the crab versus the stork.
Yeah.
It's like Wingull versus Krabby. Diddle-a-diddle-a-diddle-a-diddle.
My favorite one of those that I've ever seen is the giant frog that has like a Venusaur like thing on its back, the plant.
Yes.
And it like just walks up to a like worm and eats it. It's just like Venusaur versus Caterpie.
No, gone.
Cowboy hat Caterpie.
Right.
I'm going to jump in second, right? Because
Go for it, Marky.
I like where you went with that, JT, because I don't go to the gym. I try and walk as much as I can. I really should be taking my supplements more. But I think certainly this week has been typical of most weeks this year so far. And I consistently keep telling myself a lie that life is going to get a lot easier. And it might do at some point. But
When you're dead.
when you're dead, it just doesn't feel like it's happening. But I keep telling myself that. And it might not be a lie, it might just be positive thinking. It feels like a lie to me at the moment.
I guess I could follow on that sort of theme in a way. It was a bit of an odd question. I thought, what on earth am I going to say here? But I'm quite bad at this. I tell myself, you don't need to worry about doing that now. When I most certainly do and should. Absolutely. I'm very bad at procrastinating and putting things off until it's either the last moment or very much too late.
Agreed.
Even coming down to just buying food.
Yeah, that's what Just Eat
that's
for,
very
Milo.
I know living in London is a bad idea. At least I walk to the place to get the takeaway.
There you go.
don't get somebody on a moped to come
But
down.
you have
like
Amazon
two
delivered
streets.
to your door.
Amazon
I
Fresh.
do go to the shops. I don't actually get people delivering stuff because that is, in my view, lazy. It's like I can walk around. Let me go and get it. But usually, like I've been out doing an event grind or whatever. I'm tired. Let me go home and edit my video. Why have I got nothing to eat? Oh, I should have actually gone to the shops and bought some damn food. So just telling myself I don't need to worry about doing that thing right now.
That's very fair.
I think that's fair enough, definitely.
And I actually can see that about you, Milo, as well.
Note to self: worry about doing stuff earlier. When you listen back to this in the edit.
Yeah, now you mentioned it, Milo, we can all see that in you, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you send him a text message and you don't get a reply for like 4 days.
Yeah.
Pretty urgent, Milo. Can you let us know before the weekend? And then it's like 2 weeks Tuesday afterwards. It's like
That's my brain. It's sort of like I won't reply immediately and then just forget about it for 2 weeks. And then, I should have let someone know about something. Whoops.
Well, now I don't feel bad about asking Francesco to be like, hey, could you just like,
Ping
I heard
my-
about that,
yeah,
JT.
could you
That's
just smack
amazing.
him in the back of the head real quick and let him
Yes.
know that something's going on here?
I really do. Yeah, I need it because otherwise I'll put it off and it'll be 2 weeks later and
sh-
I feel really guilty about it.
Right.
so I'll
Yeah,
just
shout out to
ignore it
Francesco.
further.
He's pretty good about that. He literally, I was like, hey, could you let him know this? And he immediately was like, I got you. I was like, hell yeah, bro. Good stuff.
A rocket up the proverbial is sometimes required. What about you, Ian?
The lie I constantly tell myself is that somebody will love you again. So
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
And on that cheery note.
That's you, though.
I love you.
gonna
Ian.
play
in
There
all
you go.
seriousness,
Oh.
in all seriousness, probably similar to Mark. Actually, the lie I tell myself the most is that everything's fine, and it's not. The world's falling around all around you, but yeah, everything will be fine. Yeah, it's all
Very
gonna be
good.
okay.
Well, I deliberately wanted to.
We love you, man.
I love you, Ian. I just,
It's all right.
shout out to Ian here. Huh?
Well, to be honest with you, I deliberately want. The other good thing for thought-provoking question is there's no poll.
Oh my god! If this has been put to a poll, I am just going to definitely lose.
No. We're
I
not
think yours
putting
would
this-
win in some way. It's like people like love.
Which one?
Good answers, all very different. But JT, we've got you here, mate, because we know you love gold and shiny things.
Indeed, I do.
I think it's only right that you tell us and lead the discussion over the Searching for Gold Research Day that we just had recently, mate.
I say, loving gold. Is that another Austin Powers reference?
It is.
Pretty much, right?
A gold member?
We've got a theme tonight.
He loves gold.
I
Bears
love
and Austin
gold.
Powers.
I mean, honestly, I thought it was an okay event for what it was. Like, I didn't look at it and think this is going to be the best thing ever, but I like research days. I think research days are just always a win, minus the first one. That Feebas one was pretty rough, but like in general, like the researches were easy for the most part. Some of them took a little longer than others, and those ones were kind of lame and you had to get rid of them. But for the most part, as long as you live in an area with decent stops, it was a fun enough event. I didn't have the best of luck like I usually do, but also, none of these were brand new, and the only one that I really cared about was Sableye, hoping to get like a good one for the Mega.
Yeah.
Out of 10, I'd give it an 8, but I also feel like they definitely missed just a huge opportunity with Shiny Kanto Geodude. It's literally a golden nugget.
Yes.
Who didn't think of this? Like, come on.
There were lots of gold and shinies that could have potentially got into the world, but they just went, let's pick these 5.
Right.
These 5 here. Let's have those.
So I feel like
the thing is,
somebody
if the
just
diluted
loves...
pulled too much in the research, it would have actually been quite
That's
difficult
true.
to-
Yeah, too
It's
diluted.
fair. That's fair. But what do you guys think? Did you guys like it? Did you hate it?
I enjoyed it. The wild spawns were pretty good, although I had 0 wild shiny luck, despite really wanting one of the few people that actually wanted a wild shiny pooch. I wanted another Bellsprout. Didn't get any of the wild shinies, but what I got from the research tasks, I think I worked out I did about 71 or 72 researches, and I ended up with 7 event shinies, and then I did get an additional sort of seasonal shiny during the event. So that's about 1 in 10. I think that was pretty fair for what I did. I got the nose pass finally.
Nice.
After eluding me for so long, I actually did end up with 3 of the nose pass, which 1 for each
3,
evolution,
nice.
and then a special trade, a lucky trade.
You were so happy when you got that nose pass because you didn't get it in. You got it off a research task, didn't you?
Yeah,
Your
I didn't
face, you
get it
just
in
went,
any event. Then Hoenn Tour, the area it was in was the sketchiest area in the whole park.
Yeah.
And
Where was it? I don't even remember seeing a single nose pass that entire time. Where was
Because
it?
it was sketchy signal. What was it? The burning? It's not the burning deserts. It was the one that had like the 2
it was that
gyms next
desert
to it.
thing. Yeah,
Was it the Blistering Sands?
the one that
Blistering Sands. I think that was.
That's it.
I
had
spent
the-
forever in there.
I
I
think
must
it
have
may have
just
been
like
that one.
mentally just said those don't exist.
Blocks
Like
it
I
out.
never saw
They
like
don't exist.
yeah, like I don't even recall seeing one, but okay.
Yes, I don't need it. So there
Yeah,
we
I
go.
remember I was with Sue. She actually got her first shiny nose pass
Oh, nice.
literally during the Hoenn Tour.
That was a good time.
Yeah,
Can't wait for Sinnoh Tour, even though they're getting rid of all the shinies, but we'll get into that in just a
there's
moment.
not gonna be much
Senator
left
in
at that
New
point.
Orleans.
Yeah, there's really not, but we can get into that later, I'm sure.
But I was like you, Ian. I needed 1 nose pass to help complete the family. I'd grinded and got 1 for its Spotlight Hour in summer of last year, and then Hoenn Tour it didn't happen. So I was like, I can get 1. Shiny rate seems good. I thought it was an event concept, and we may touch on it in a little bit. Having a themed event, color-focused event for shinies or a typing sort of thing like we had for the Spotlight Hour for Beach Week is a really nice further step in developing an event as an idea compared to just saying, hey, there's a research day for one particular Pokemon. Because unless you're like us and we like to go and grind and get as many as we can do, most people would do like 1 or 2, get their shiny and be like, right, cool, it quits here.
Definitely.
This gave you a reason to chase. The wild spawns were decent. I mean, there could have been maybe a few more to choose from, perhaps, but there was a decentish selection. Licky Tug in there for the GPL people if they fancied it. I had a pretty decent day. I got 15 shinies, I think 13 from research and 2 from the wild.
Oh, hang on. Are we doing it?
Well, you gave your listing, so shut up.
I didn't give a listing. I just got the nose pass. I didn't list them all.
I didn't listen. I just said how many I got. But I will say, and this is the thing, is RNG is whack when you can see what other people get. Someone I was with got 34 shinies.
What?
And they got like 12 nose pass.
Jeez.
And I was like,
Jeez.
this is mental. But that's how the cookie crumbles on events like these. But I did have a very, very fun day. I enjoyed it. And I honestly hope they do a research day with a shiny theme behind it again. I don't know whether it's like a blue shinies or a magenta shinies or even black shinies. I know people would chase, Charizard or
That would be so
something
cool.
like that would be very cool. Furfrou, come on. Make it happen.
A Furfrou research day would be awesome.
yes.
Although somebody's finished their collection now.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, like, somebody in the past would have loved that, but now that I got 10 of them, I'm good. I don't need them anymore.
You'll
But I still
mentally
need to
block it out
travel.
like you did nose pass.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, there's a research day? I must have missed it.
What is this?
Moving on to Pikachu now, are you?
Right.
But I mean, what about you, Marky? How did your research day go?
So I've made peace with the fact that I don't play these events in their entirety. Real life is always there, but I've got this really good balance of being able to to sort of mix real life around these events, so I get a little bit of it. Certainly I feel like a lot of people do play these events like that. We talk about the normal Pokemon Go player. I played it for about an hour. I spanned stops as I was going around doing jobs. Didn't need anything from the 5 that were on offer. So I went Sableye as well because I wanted to get a really good one for the Mega. And I thought, you get the extra Stardust with Sableye as well. So
true.
It kind of made sense. I like the fact that the 2-stage research was simple. Everyone could complete it, that had a bit of time available to play it. I didn't get any shinies in the wild on the ones I did click on. I needed a Bellsprout, a bit like you, Ian. But I was very lucky that on the 11 Sableye encounters, I got 2 shinies. Out of the 11, and I got a 96% shiny, which is my best one.
Neat.
Nice. Not bad.
15, 14, 14, so very, very happy with that. But I love it. I love the concept of these events. I think that, we've spoken about them before. Maybe they listened to what we were saying.
Heard us.
But this certainly opens up potential of a themed research day.
Absolutely.
Limited research. Wild sport.
2 themed events in the space of less than a week.
But what I did I did watch Trainer Tips vlog on it. And I think when you have that sort of pool of Pokemon in it, I think if you do it with a mate, adding points to different shinies can make it quite a fun event. And I kind of like that
It was
whole...
a nice challenge that was.
It was very simple, but it was very fun. And I think I'd like to know if anyone did do things like that. Share with us on Twitter. How did you play your Search for Gold research days? Because I think they add a little dynamic to it. If there's nothing you need from it specifically, but even if there is, I still think it's fun to play it like that.
I agree. So you went Sableye. I went
Nosepass,
of course. JT, Milo, what did you guys go?
I was Nosepass, like you.
I went Sableye.
Oh. Do you think anyone actually went Magikarp, honestly?
There'll be people who went Magikarp, I'm sure. Because the thing is, it would have been one of your best opportunities to get a Shundo cart for, Mega Gyarados. There were some good plays in it, and the only ones that, unless you didn't have the shiny, Caterpie and Barboach. I mean, I guess Whiscash for GBL.
Yeah, I mean, Whiscash. But you got to think about the future,
GBL
though.
Stats.
You got to think about the future, though. I mean, people said we want to get Megas in this game, and sure enough, here they are. I mean, Gigantamax and Dynamax might be around the corner, and Gigantamax Butterfree might be just insane.
Oh, that's very true.
You know what? I think when we run out of Megas, we probably will go to that, yeah?
Yeah, it will be. It will happen at some point. The only reason I didn't pick Sableye was just because I had one of those feelings where, if I didn't pick Nosepass, it wasn't going to give it to me, and it did take me a obscenely long amount of time to get it.
I didn't get any shinies from the actual timed research.
Same here.
Milo was the 11th one, wasn't it?
I was on the very final one. I thought I could see to myself, it's like, nah, nothing's going to come from that paid ticket, and it did eventually. That's okay, but if I hadn't picked Nosepass, I'm pretty confident I wouldn't have got it at all.
JT, what was your best Sableye, did you say? Did you get a decent one?
I did not, so no, I don't have a good Sableye. I think the best Sableye I have is one of those shiny ones with the hat that I lucky traded.
Oh, the Litwick hat.
Yeah, the one that hasn't come back, and
Fabulous.
I hope someday will come back. Yeah, I got a 15, 14, 13 one. I'm pretty happy with that. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
JT, you made me laugh though, because I saw some of yours were it came at 600 and you went, oh my goodness, that's awful. But it was 597. Yep. And you were like, oh God, this is just...
I like to show the real reactions there. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Oh yeah, that is pretty trash. Wonderful. That's great. Yeah. So glad.
That's it. If you get something that's under 96% in our case, you're in the bin. Get rid of it. When all my IVs were trash, the best thing I got from the day was an XXL Poochyena shiny.
Nice.
I was like, it's a large dog. Okay. Boom, in your face. There you go.
A large, shiny dog, Milo. Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Fabulous.
Very nice.
And what was it, a banana dog?
Banana dog.
It's a banana Caterpie, isn't it?
Mike would have gone Caterpie, wouldn't he? You can imagine that, can't you?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Cowboy hats. Oh, cowboy hats.
Definitely.
Well, good stuff, boys. Lovely discussion. And let us know, like I said before, how did you play your days? Share that with us. It'd be lovely to hear that. So we're going to jump into a game before we get into the real meat on the bones of today's show. And Ian, it's over to you, mate.
Chasing the tail. Chasing the tail. Tail to chase. It's chasing the tail.
Yes, we're bringing this back. It's been too long. It must be all of a month since we played this game last. And it's quite a popular game. It's a simple game. And JT, have you played this with us yet?
I have, and I was bad at it. So I'm excited to be bad at it again.
Let's see if we can get some redemption tonight. So the rules are very simple. We'll say the name of a Pokemon. Then the next participant needs to say the name of a Pokemon, beginning with the last letter of the previous Pokemon. So if I say Poochyena, Milo would then say Anorith.
Maybe, maybe not.
The order we're going to... Maybe
You were
not.
gonna be a-
So the order we'll go tonight will be myself, Pogo Miley UK, Masterful 27, and then John Thomas.
Who the hell's that?
I don't know.
Is it the name of the
Oh my
bear?
God.
Right, probably.
So, are we ready, boys?
Yes.
I think so.
Let's
I think
go.
we'll be a bit rusty at this game. It has been many weeks.
Let's
It
go.
has been at least 4 weeks. Pogo Miley UK, the first Pokemon tonight is Sandygast.
Trico.
Onyx.
Xerneas.
Sylveon.
Nidoking.
Geodude.
Espeon.
Nidoqueen.
Ninetales.
Sawaddle.
Ekans.
Sandshrew.
Wailmer.
Rattata.
Anorith.
Helioptile.
Elekid.
Deoxys.
Sandslash.
He fell on the H.
Damn you!
I'm sorry, but I didn't want to be the first one out like last time.
Ian has fallen.
On his H.
And cannot get up. Help me! Where's my panic button? Pokemon UK, your Pokemon for the next round is Snorlax.
Xatu.
Umbreon.
Ah, I said that one before, buddy. You're out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the final, JT's got some redemption here, but are you going to win? Are you going to trump Pogo Miley UK?
I mean, I doubt it, but let's do it.
Let's see how this goes.
You know what? You're right. I need to be confident and then immediately lose. You're going down.
Name a Pokemon.
Agumon.
Well, I've got to think of one we haven't used yet. Right. Aerodactyl with a satchel. Same letter.
Man, I feel like I'm gonna get this wrong, but Eevee. Does it end with an L or E?
Aerodactyl.
Oh, well, I'm stupid. Yeah, see, there you go. Thank you.
Do you want to do it?
Sure,
Redo?
we'll do one more, but if I win this, then I'm not counting it.
I was even thinking, does Satchel end with an E secretly? I don't know.
No, it's an L, isn't it?
They're both L's.
That was my clue. Right, okay.
Costume Pokemon are excluded from
There we go.
Tail.
See, that he broke the rules. What can I say? No.
So,
I-
Gardevoir
I-
with the top hat from GoFest 2020.
I'm going to start with Clauncher.
Okay. Raticate.
Electivire.
Eevee.
Electabuzz.
Zygarde.
Keeps going back to E's, man. I don't know enough E's. I'm definitely out.
I was going to say, if you gave me an E, I was going to be like, Empoleon! Yes! I had one ready to go.
No. I completely put Empoleon out of my mind. I just went through that entire Elekid family. Like, I'm out. Nothing else.
LGN, Electrike.
Does a lick kid with an armband count?
We're not playing play your decks, right?
Exactly.
So how do I do this?
Scrolling through the decks.
It's my game. It's my game.
There we go. We can dub you in.
I've got you now, JT. You are now.
Emolga. Yeah.
Emolga would have been perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's just now Googling Pokemon that start with E.
Executor, Excavalier, Exploud,
This is helping,
Electrike.
Milo.
Esper. I failed miserably.
Hey, trust me,
Well,
like if you said
congratulations.
Empoleon at any time, I would have been like, yeah, that's not good. Like, he's got the one.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
After that first round, it was always going to go that way, wasn't it? The first round was like, this has gone on for a long time.
That
It
was a
like,
good rally.
That
That,
was
first
good.
round
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Great game, really good game. Enjoyed that one, and lovely to bring an old favourite back. But exciting news has dropped today. Let's go GoFest, boy, in the news.
It is. It's the news.
Indeed, we've had some GoFest goodness dropped. A lot of it, as Marky has said. All the in-person GoFest, London, Osaka, and New York, right down to the global GoFest itself. And at this point, I need to see, where are we going on the article first, boys, so we know what on earth we're doing?
Yes, please. And one thing I'd like to say before we get into it, it's nice that they've dropped this news like 8-9 weeks early. And I know this isn't probably everything, but it's nice that we've got a good,
Very
bulk
good
of the news
idea.
early.
Yeah.
Communication is good. Well done, Niantic.
Top marks.
All right, 8 out of 10, guys. Good job.
At this point, you should all be aware what the GoFest dates are. London and indeed Osaka, August the 4th to the 6th. Those are the ones we're going to talk about first. We suspected this would be the case, much like Shaman for last year's GoFests. It is going to be Diancie making its Pokemon Go debut at these GoFests. Yay! But moving into the juicy stuff of the biomes and the spawns. So, in the Dark Jungle, we're going to have the following Pokemon. Heracross, Seviper, Dewpider with a brand new shiny, and Pumpkaboo, one of our favourites, plus a few more.
So into the Fairy Garden, we've got shiny Cacnea. We've got another new shiny making its debut, shiny Petilil, which we actually did suggest was going to come this year. We thought that might be the case.
We thought that was going to be the spring into spring shiny, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah. We've got shiny Spritzy, and we've got a great opportunity of getting shiny Dedenne.
Yes.
And then as we make our way to the Hypnotic Glacier, we got some fun ones here. Nothing new, but some pretty good ones. We got Galarian Mr. Mime. Hasn't had a big release beforehand, so it's cool to have that probably spawning around a lot and being shiny. Snorlax, pretty cool. A lot of people like Snorlax. Snowy form, cast form, that will be something I grind for because it's the last thing I need. And then we also have LGM in there, and then hopefully some more cool things.
LGM, that should have been in Chasing the Tail.
Yeah.
And moving into the Volcanic Island, we've talked about it already tonight. Aerodactyl wearing a satchel, ending in an L, is going to be spawning in the Volcanic Island. Surskit and it's shiny. Lucario, that's the one people are going to be looking for. And Durant is also going to be there. And more. We know there's going to be additional spawns other than the ones we've mentioned, but there's some tasty ones there. I think we'll all be looking for the
Lucario
Let's
shiny.
face it, the Aerodactyl with the satchel is going to replace the Cowboy Hat Snorlax from last year.
It's just a shame that Mega Aerodactyl won't keep the satchel costume.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Exactly.
Oh, it should get the hat too, like when it Mega evolves. It's the satchel and the hat, so it goes full Indiana Jones. That'd be beautiful.
Amazing.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be fantastic.
And in all habitats, there's going to be a Pikachu wearing an amethyst crown. This will be the only one that shows up for the in-person Go Fests, but for the worldwide ones, there will be different ones, or different crowns. But not only is there just a fantastic Pikachu, we also have Unknown A,
D,
I,
M,
N,
O.
This will be for the in-person events, I believe only, !
and Sigalith, which can't be shiny, but will be gracing these events. So
yeah, that's sick regional for these Go Fests.
Yeah, so there you go, Coops. You haven't ruined it
He's
for
going to
us,
get his
Coops.
redemption.
Yeah.
Don't worry, buddy. It's coming to you
JT,
now.
Didn't you go
it's
to
coming to you
Greece for one of these like the other year?
I did, yes. And let me tell you, it was a fun adventure, even though, oh man, yeah, I got stuck in Serbia for a day too. That was something else. But anyways,
Nice.
it was a fun adventure though, and now it's coming to me, so great.
You got the proper geotag at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but
right.
a few other features. So there'll be our favourite thing in the World Collection challenges for each of the 4 habitats, as suspected. Go snapshot. Take some snapshots while you explore the park for a chilly surprise. Is it a chilly surprise? Interesting.
So that's a chilly surprise.
Wow, I wonder what that could be. Could it be Snowy Castform, please? That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be.
And there'll be field research, of course. Spin stops to collect exclusive field research tasks and earn rewards. You may even encounter Carbink. They did say it was going to be making its debut. Whether it pops up sooner, we do not know.
Actually, we do know.
Ew.
Yes, indeed. If you bought the worldwide Go Fest ticket, you'll be getting Carbink spawns in the wild a little bit ahead of time. But now we have to wait and dig that up because that's actually a real thing, but I don't have it up here.
That's like when it crops up again, you say, I told you so.
I told you.
Yeah,
I
do
told
that,
you,
yeah.
but y'all thought I was crazy.
Now, moving on to exclusive bonuses. These will be across, I believe, all the in-person events. They might actually even go as far as the global. We'll find out on that one a little bit later on. But exclusive bonuses for these Go Fests. Half hatch distance for eggs placed in incubators during the event. Up to 6 special trades can be made during the day of your ticket. So plan them. It's not going to be on additional days, only the day of your gameplay. Reduced Stardust cost for trades, up to 9 free in-person raid passes by spinning photo discs at gyms, and double catch candy. So there's some pretty good bonuses there.
And if you thought all that stuff in London looked great, well, guess what? If you're going to Japan, it's the same exact thing. There's no differences at all. You're getting the same exact spawns. So whether you're going to one or the other, you won't be missing out. Unless you're not going to neither and you're going to New York.
There are some differences between the London and Osaka Go Fest.
Like
Yeah.
the
See, at
location.
the London Go Fest, the 4 of us will be there.
Yeah.
But at the Osaka Go Fest, I think you'll be there, won't you?
I will be, yes. Unfortunately, I can't be two people at once. I would love to have gone to GoFest with you guys, but with Worlds happening in Yokohama, it just kind of worked out better that way financially. Which sucks, because I'm like lucky friends with quite a few of you guys.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll see you in New York.
Oh, that works, yeah.
Speaking of which, we should dive straight into New York, which will have different spawns, which makes sense. Osaka and London on the same weekend. New York actually 2 weeks later, August the 18th through to the 20th.
Indeed.
And then we have different biomes for the New York one, so that's kind of exciting. The first one's Prehistoric Volcano. We have the Aerodactyl wearing the satchel with an L.
Nice.
With it now, yep.
Daramaka Archon. That's a cool one. Very down with Archon, seeing
Ooh,
that's been
nice,
very
yeah.
hard to get. And Axew. Wow. Hey, good luck on that community day, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to be sick of Axu by then, aren't we?
Yeah.
Very much so.
It'll be like Gibble, won't it, Axew? It's getting that way. It will be eventually.
I'm hoping it doesn't become as eye-rolly as Gibble.
I still like seeing Gibble
See
personally.
the shundo of it, man.
I've got two.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
Smug.
Does it still count if I start at the beeps?
No, you're allowed to, mate. You're one of
Sweet.
us now.
Sweet. Nice.
Well, who's got a Shundo Axew then out of you lot? Just curious. Yeah, anyone? Right, Poison Swamp. We've got Skorupi, Venipede, Noibat, and a new one, Squelp. Squelp.
Nice.
Shiny.
That's a pretty good one.
Raw.
I'm
Yeah,
down
it
with
is.
that.
love
The
that
swamp
one.
will be nice, yeah. And then moving into my biome, the Cursed Treasure, we have Sableye, Chimecho. I can see why you guys gave me this one. Come on, this is a dead area. Sableye, Chimecho, Yamask, but the new shiny Gollet. And as Milo will tell you, Chimecho is a boosted Dustmon.
That's a very good boosted dust biome, actually, with Sableye and Chimecho in it. And moving on to the athletic field. If you thought that was a dead biome, try this on for size.
I'm going to be there. I need the Hitmonlee.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll leave you.
yeah,
I'll have
definitely,
to abandon you there, mate, because it's Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, and Makuhita.
And Meditite.
Actually, Milo, don't abandon me in New York. We know what area it's in.
This is true. Just stick to your athletic field, mate. You'll be fine.
Safety in numbers and all that.
You'll be okay. There may be a few more spawns, but to me, that's looking very much like a fighting type biome.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because we have predicted that the PvP arenas could be actually on this athletic field.
That's even more reason to stay away from it.
You know, I just want the green Hitmonlee and then I'll be gone.
The sad reality of this one is that we already had in the beginning of the Season of Heroes like a whole Hitmon event as well. They've
Yeah.
been really pushing these Hitmons like crazy.
With the boosted Hitmons that weren't really boosted.
Right. And then there was one event, I think it was last GoFest, in fact, with the worldwide one. Those Hitmons were everywhere, weren't they?
I think so. There was one
Yeah.
biome or something, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And all habitats, they've got the same mons in that as we talked about for the London Osaka. So essentially what we talked about with the Pikachu, all the unknowns, and Stiglith as being the regional, they are also available at the New York Go Fest as well.
Indeed. And the collection challenges, they'll be biome related as well, much exactly the same. Same with the Go
The exclusive
snapshots.
bonuses are exactly the
It's
same.
basically
Sorry, let me do
everything
that again.
else is the same. So, shall we move into the global?
Yes. So the global GoFest is split across the 2 different days. Saturday, we've got special Pokemon will be appearing in the wild, and there'll be 4 unique habitats, which will rotate hourly again. I'll start with the Quartz Terrarium. Was it Terrarium?
Terrarium, yes.
Terrarium?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can say that word.
And this is what JT was saying earlier. This is when it's going to get a little bit more tasty because we're going to have Pikachu wearing a quartz crown, which can be shiny. Heracross will be there as well. Baneri, and actually, I went to Norway for this one. East Sea Shellos that can be shiny.
New
Bring
shiny.
it on. New shiny and more.
Yeah, so moving into the Pyrite Sands habitat, you will also get a Pikachu wearing a Pyrite crown. So hopefully you're going to have some good shiny look on these bad boys because it does seem that each habitat will have its own variant of the shiny. Probably not the best area. Trapinch. I'm sorry. Gibble. I'm sorry. But a new shiny Joltik.
Joltik. That's long overdue.
And it's tiny too, so you're probably not going to even see it until the sparkles come out.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
And as we move on to the Malachite Wilderness, you're not going to believe this, but there's another Pikachu, but this time it's wearing a Malachite crown, so that's just exciting. And also there's Roselia. Round of applause, everybody.
Yay.
Yeah, but this is even more exciting. Shiny Oranguru, which it's funnily
Yes.
enough, I'm not even
Nice.
like
That's
saying
it.
this because of the podcast. I was actually thinking because I saw one today. I was like, I can't wait for this shiny to come out. And sure enough, it is. It's
Boom.
good. Turns
Not to
pink.
wait long. Not to
Turns
wait long
pink.
for this one,
Nice.
really.
Nice.
We're weeks
And
away.
the final biome will be the aquamarine shores, where, surprise, surprise, it's Pikachu wearing an aquamarine crown. So if you thought collecting one or a male and female variant of the two, you now got 4 to chase in each per biome, which is great. But
Or as JT said earlier, potentially 8 if you want both variants
yes,
of each.
Yes, indeed. And then we'll have to see if they let them evolve or not. But let's not even think about that.
I really hope not.
If you thought that chasing Pikachu isn't fun, this could be your bag. Marill is in this biome, which is great. And then 2 new shinies. We've been suspecting this would be the case. Goomy, released for the
And
Global
that is a
GO
great
Fest.
looking shiny.
Fantastic shiny.
Gorgeous shiny.
But do hold your horses, because it will probably get a Community Day June of 2024.
It will, June 24, yes,
So
yes.
don't go crazy on it, folks. And the other half of the Shellos Split Regional, the West Sea Pink Shellos, brand new shiny as well, and more will be in this biome. That's on the Saturday, split biomes, probably hourly rotations. On the Sunday, it's going to be a mishmash of all the wild encounters. So basically just a day to kind of have a go at what's available there.
Boys, some good news.
What?
You don't need to have a ticket to enjoy it on Sunday.
What?
Anyone can take part in the GoFest.
Well, that's rather snazzy.
So we've got bonuses and features for the global GoFest. And these start with Lure modules activated will last for an hour. Trainers will be able to enjoy field research themed around the different Pokemon habitats. So that's okay if you want to target certain ones. The remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20 per day.
Oh my god.
From Saturday, August the 26th to August the 27th between 12 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. And take snapshots during the event. You never know who might show up.
I'm waiting for someone to get a snapshot of something that can't be shiny. That'll be hysterical.
Then it goes on to say that Pokemon Go Fest 2023 t-shirts, the subject of the official Pokemon Go t-shirts, is still a mystery. Can't reveal it yet, but a commemorative t-shirt is available for pre-order now. There's a little button on the article if you go to PokemonGoLive.com with the Learn More, and it'll tell you how to pre-order the t-shirt.
Which is fantastic. Now, there is a big section here of ticket holder exclusives, which is where it might be actually quite a good idea to extend your GoFest Global Weekend and get the tickets. So, special research. Ticket holding trainers will be able to complete exclusive special research to learn more about the mythical Pokemon Diancie and get an opportunity to encounter it.
And there's also going to be a global challenge arena, and it's basically going to be a challenge every single hour that'll have a different thing that will be unlocked every time you complete it.
And moving into Incensed encounters, for each of the biomes, there are going to be Incensed exclusive encounters. So in the Quartz Terrarium, you will be able to encounter the Hisuian Growlithe, unknown A, D, I, M, N, and O. Bear in mind, there will be no exclamation mark for the global.
The Pyrite Sands will have all the same unknown as the Quartz Terrarium, or whatever the hell it is, but you'll have Pawniard with a shiny potential instead of the Hisuian Growlithe.
And when you get to that Malachite Wilderness, same exact unknowns, and also, man, this is exciting, a Carnivine. Can't be shiny, but it's there.
Hey, it's your original.
Yeah, I've noticed there's a few of those in here.
Yeah, we then go to the Aquamarine Shores. We've got the same usual suspect unknowns all there with their shiny potential. And unfortunately, Pachirisu, that can't be shiny.
It's been a while since Pachirisu's been a spawn for one of these events. I think it was Chicago 19.
It was
last
Chicago
time
19.
around.
Actually, it did show up for the Taiwanese Safari Zone as well. It was up there.
Someone's being smug about it.
You know what? Never mind. Forget I even said anything. I just wanted to
JT,
be
at least you didn't travel to an island to catch it specifically, hey? in an hour feature log. I think they're saving them, aren't they? You know, it's obvious, isn't it?
There's not that many regions they need to
they're Gen 4, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they'll be Sinnoh
yeah.
next year. They've got to save them.
I'm going to be honest here because I've looked into this. Now that we have the Shelloses, that's even less for Sinnoh.
True.
Now that we've got
fair
the
point.
Mantike as well, like the only thing that would be shiny from eggs that nobody would have would be Chingling. That's the only thing. Now that we have the regionals, that's like 3 Pokemon, right? And then Stunky. And if we
Stunky
don't
family,
include
that's it.
and that's it. That's the only thing else. And
It's
but
like
I will say
5 months.
we
Wow.
do also technically have the Hisui region, which is technically Gen 4-ish, like 4.5 really, or the past. So, you know, like
Right, yeah, Gen 4 adjacent,
they
isn't it?
could
almost?
release some of those during that time. I don't know. Like, gotta do something, man. It looks pretty bad.
Sinnoh's going to be very bleak, but
Yeah.
What Niantic will probably do is just put Sinnoh in another location and get everyone to go to it.
Anyway, the exclusive
Maybe.
bonuses
Violet.
for the global will include...
It's almost like we're at the board table, isn't it? Trying to figure out how to do an event.
You got an increased shiny Pokemon encountering power, basically. 6 special trades per day.
Oh, level up your Elite Collector badge. Oh, yes.
Level up your Elite Collector medal. I love how that's an actual bonus.
It is a bonus, Milo.
That's a
It is
bonus,
That's a
man.
bonus
There's a bonus.
on digital paper, saying bonuses are to complete collection challenges. There'll be special 7-kilometer eggs, and finally 9 free raid passes from spinning photo discs at gyms. And then there's also, stay tuned. We will be sharing more exciting details as the event approaches. So yeah, this isn't the end of particularly the global GoFest information, but that's a lot to digest there. I guess the first thing we can talk about, the most important thing really, is the new shiny selection for Osaka and London, New York, and then the global. What do we think?
If you care about unknowns, the shiny exclamation point unknown is probably going to be a big win for sure.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'd say the Dewpider line looks really good. The Petalil line is not the greatest in terms of shininess, but the Dewpider
Yeah, I'm not
looks
overly
good.
enthused by the Petalil, but the Dewpider does look nice.
I
but
didn't know how good a shiny Dewpider was until I saw the little image that you showed us, JT, of all the different shiny forms. I was like, damn, I don't know it was that good.
Yeah.
But like Jupiter was only released in Seville, wasn't it? For that water festival. It was a
It
water
was.
festival
Yeah.
last year,
Milo had
wasn't it?
trouble catching one, yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Milo had one run on him, didn't he?
First
It was
one.
his,
His first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Well, we're never going to let that
0
one.
and 1. 0 and 1.
Fun memories, eh? Remember
happens.
it like it was yesterday.
Exclamation mark is definitely the one, isn't it? I mean, M's new, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously.
M's a
M's new as
shiny.
well, yeah.
I'll be chasing that one, Milo. Obviously, with you got I for Incense, I'll be M for me.
Well, M for Marky, M for Bilo. We've got to get it.
M for Mian, and M for MT Valor.
Hey, I'm down. Let's do it. I also really want to get that shiny D, if you know what I mean. Like, I want that. It came out for London, you lucky people over in Worlds, but
It did.
the deed hasn't been anywhere
Yeah, I
else.
got a couple of shiny Ds.
Good for you, man. Good for you, huh?
Yeah.
How'd it
I'm
feel?
wishing you all the luck. Oh, it was
How do you feel?
fantastic. Fantastic. Thankfully, the storage space was big enough.
Good.
Well, moving on to the New York shinies, I've got to admit, the Skrelp is pretty nice. Gullet, I don't know if it the evolution is any better, but that's fairly subtle.
I do like Squelp, actually. Can you get me one in, please? Can you catch me
Yeah,
some, please?
I, like we said for Vegas, I'll bring you some back, but let's just hope that they're spawning and we can get them.
Fingers crossed.
I tell you what, though, we look at the global ones. I like the Shellosses. It's just
Shellos is a
subtle.
gorgeous
it's just
shyness.
subtle, isn't it? They do soften them a bit more pastely, aren't they?
And Orangaru's nice, isn't it? Especially since it doesn't evolve. You've only got to get the one.
Yeah, the Orangaroo really has grown on me. I like it a lot. Like the pink, it's subtle-ish because obviously it keeps the purple that it normally has, but and I think the blue lines are different instead of being yellow or something like that. But either way, it's nice.
Definitely. Gumi, as we said, is a cracking shiny. And I don't know, I like Joltik. It's not the most crazy shiny, but
It's
I do
just
like
a little bit greenier, isn't it? It's still very
it's
very
more sort of
subtle
like
shiny.
electric kind of yellowy purple. It's
The purple
funky.
on the eyes and the feet is nice. And I'm sure when it turns into a Galvantula, it's going to look really good.
The evolved forms will look good. I don't know what they look like, but I'm guessing they will look good based on the base form.
Exciting stuff, boys. And I think they've been very sensible with the London and the Osaka ones.
Yeah.
Where originally we said people be gutted they can't do both. Well, actually, you're getting the same for both of those events. Nice and simple.
Same
That
event,
takes
different
away.
location. Yeah.
I love what they've done with the American one as well, but I think the global one, and no one's going to feel like they've
The
missed
global
that
one looks really
unable
good, to be
go.
fair.
Yeah, it does look good. I like the way they've spread them out like that.
I'm curious what those 7-kilometer eggs are going to give. They have, I think they're waiting, like they said, over a couple of months, but I feel like Gumi's going to be in there. Other than that, though, I'm actually curious what else will be in
It'll
there.
probably be the rarer mons like extra incense, not the unknown. That'll be incense only, but probably the
Yeah.
regionals like they did for Hoenn or 7-kilometer eggs and that's the other thing. 7-kilometer eggs, you're limited, of course, how many gifts you can open per day.
Yeah. So looking forward to GoFest, as I'm sure we are. But some say that Niantic intern invented the Ghetto Blaster, and he actually thinks that the locations of this year's GoFests are not that bad. All we know is it's time to
Ask the intern.
So we're bringing this section back for one reason and one reason only. It's all because we had a raid weekend, a shadow raid weekend for Mewtwo last week.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people spotted, our own Milo included, that there was one thing missing from the raid rewards, wasn't there?
And it wasn't remote raiding.
Candy XL wasn't dropping in the rewards. And Niantic support have addressed this, well, just yesterday as we record this. So they wrote out this tweet. Trainers, to address an issue where Mewtwo Shadow raid rewards did not include the rare Candy XL bonus for in-person 5-star raids. They could only be in person, but there we go. They're being quite specific with what they're putting here. You will receive either 10, 20, or 30 rare Candy XL by the end of this week, based on how many Mewtwo Shadow raids you completed. And then it goes on to say, beginning in the hashtag Hidden Gems, we have ensured that 5-star Shadow raids will have the same chances of rewarding rare Candy XL as 5-star raids. We appreciate your understanding. Now, of course, people went to town on them, but they haven't said how many raids qualify for each of the bonuses to the best of my knowledge. But
no.
We're all going to get some if we did some raids. So, thoughts, guys?
I mean, I like to see the accountability. That's kind of nice to say, like, hey, you know, there's a mess up here. We actually have a plan to implement some compensation. I'll say the numbers aren't bad either, because even if you did 100 raids, let's just say, you might not have gotten 30 XL rare candies.
Yeah, the drop rate.
A low drop.
Yeah.
This is one of the rare times where I'm like, oh, this is a decent compensation for a mess up of like this. Because, like, again, if you did a whole bunch of them, you know, like 30 definitely seems like a good number.
Totally agree. I would like to have seen how they're basing this, because some people may have done one raid, some people may have done on the upper scale at like 100 or so. It would be interesting to see how they're judging what people get. But you know what? At least we're getting something, and they've acknowledged the problem. They could have just stayed quiet, and they didn't have to give us rare candy, to be honest.
Well, this is true. They could have had an old Niantic support tweet from eons ago, which just said, "We apologize for the inconvenience. Thank you for your understanding."
Here's your box with 3 premium raid passes and a star piece. Yeah, like, man, some of those past ones were pretty much like, I mean, thanks, I guess, but like the shiny shadows, when those got turned off, and I did probably 200 of those. I didn't get anything back for that. I mean, I got the box. That's nice, but like, that's 200
3 radars or something, didn't they?
Right, exactly. Yeah, never got those back.
I it was sore to watch, but I have to agree. You know, the compensation, it's decent, and I appreciate them actually recognizing it was a problem, because it got more and more traction. The more and more people sort of reported, said, "Yeah, I didn't actually get any XL candy rare at all from any of these raids. I did over 60." I imagine there'll be people who did more than that who were in cars and chain raiding. But I would like to know the parameters, to be honest, of how they're...
I would, but even if I get 10, you know, it's 10 more than I had.
And I'm not going to lie, at this current time, I don't even know what to put my current 30 rare XL into at all. So 10
I've still got 50
more.
Just sat in my storage waiting for me to decide to throw them into something.
I think it's good, and I'm glad that they're acknowledging there is an issue. We're showing how we're going to compensate people for it, and we have a solution to make sure this doesn't happen in the future. I guess by the time you listen to the show, Shadow Articuno raids will have been the telling proof, if it's been fixed at all.
Yeah, going back to this thing, even Michael Storanka retweeted this, and I quote, "This was a miss, but hoping to do right by everybody that went out and raided that weekend." So, you know what? People are saying that Niantic don't take ownership for things, but this is proof that they kind of are on this. So, yeah. Good stuff, Niantic.
It's nice to bring that section back here, and actually it feels like it's been a long time, but I think it was very much worth it. So from a section that's been brought back, we're going to go to our favourite section of the podcast, which is here every single week.
Shinies of the week.
And for Shinies of the Week, we're going to start with something that isn't even shiny, but it's still cool. Nakeem Brown tweeted out that he got a Galarian Moltres, which is awesome, but instead of leaving it to chance, he used his Master Ball on it. Very exciting. Good stuff, man. And it looks like the IVs, let's take a look at those. Not bad either. He got himself a 14, 6, 13, I want to say. Not bad at all. That's really cool.
Not too bad.
Yeah, no.
I'll jump in next. Maston has been on, and he tweeted, "Well, who'd have thunk it?" Apparently, the @Incensed podcast hashtag Shinies of the Week witchcraft also translates to Turkish. 2 times hashtag shiny Pokemon bagged while relaxing by the pool. Cheers, fellas. Swigs beer emoji hashtag Pokemon Go. And he got a 1-star shiny Stunfisk and a 0-star shiny Lillipup. So two nice shinies there, Master, and enjoy those beers and enjoy the Turkish sun.
I'm concerned about a Scotsman being in a heat of over 7 degrees Celsius. I do
Dangerous
fear for
territory.
the guy. Dangerous territory.
I'm going to dig one out from our campfire community chat. Cow in a suit. This was a little while ago, actually, but it was after we recorded last week's show. Gee, I wish this was a shiny mess spread. Hashtag shinies of the week, because it is a 100% Ivy Regigigas,
Nice.
which is a very nice catch. But yeah, I get what you mean by the shiny mess spread. So, well, congrats.
So we've got another one. We had one last week. We've got another one from Instagram. We do like this. From Aman Bravo 1883. My biggest win from Saturday's Mewtwo raids. Still trying for the Shundo or Purified Shundo. He's got the Shadow Hundo.
Shadow Hundo Mewtwo, dude.
Noise.
I wish I was good at the game.
Yes.
What's that, JT? I wish I was good at the game, as they say.
Yes. Maybe someday.
Is that Coops I see? Is he over there?
Just trying to sneak into the recording,
It just went past the recording studio door.
breaking the speed barrier.
Oh, bless
We
him.
absolutely love it when people get involved with Shinies of the Week, and we'll tell you how to get involved with that at the end of the show as well. But after the, what's the word Ian used? I can't use it. Flaccid disappointment of last week.
I thought it wasn't that flaccid last week, actually.
Well, I know
100
something
plus
that's
replies.
definitely not as disappointing as last week's poll. Mark is coming back strong.
Is that Mark's poll?
Oi, Waterfall, be careful. I don't want you preferring Whitfield's poll to mine, all right?
There is no comparison, sir.
JT gets his poll out as well. I don't know what we're going to be going to.
Maybe next time.
Just be careful the bear doesn't get it.
That's a verbal contract, by the way, Ian. We'll get that one down in the books.
Does that mean we have to record a new jingle?
Yeah. This isn't anything to do with the question that we answered at the beginning of this week's show, but with the disappointment of the season of Rising Heroes, ask people what they thought the worst season in Pokemon Go was. We went for 3 simple options. It was Season of Rising Heroes, Season of Alola,
Or yet to come.
or we are optimistic there will be one more.
Fill the gap.
So it was put on for a short period of time last week, and we had 90 votes on this one, so thank you very much. It didn't get retweeted, though. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Aw.
Maybe you should tell them not to retweet Mark, because Milo had a better response by telling people not to do it last
Yeah,
week.
it's like
Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes.
So we had 90 people vote. Just looking at a handful of comments that we had. Lucy Davis said, I can't even remember the other seasons with a laughing face. Lachlan, good to mention Lachlan, actually been a long time, but he does make a good point. Season of Alola had more Pokemon released, more free special researches, and more consistent spawn changes. After the trio of team leader events with no shift in the wild spawn pool, I didn't bother to open the game many days during each of those events.
Noise.
And Path the Great has said, Season of Alola released more than 50% of Alolan Pokemon. This is the first time since I came back to the game back in 2019. That was more than half of a generation outside of legendaries were released within 10 weeks of the generation's debut.
Noise.
But anyhow, these are the results of them. In last place, with 2%, was Other. In second place, with 21% of the vote, was the Season of Alola, which means with 77% of the vote. And it's been confirmed that the Season of Rising Heroes is the worst season in the history of Pokemon Go so far.
Season of Rising Heroes, you are the weakest link.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And please don't come back.
Well, there we go. Thank you, JT, for joining us tonight. And thank you to Waterfall and Whitfield for being here with me. I am back. It's been fun tonight, and I hope the listeners have enjoyed this show. If you did enjoy it and you are a new listener, or if you haven't done it yet, please hit that follow subscribe button. Because as Ian always says, and I like it when you say it just makes it easier for us to
Come
deliver.
straight to their inbox when we release an episode. Happy days.
It's making your life easier. Just do it. And that works on most of the usual suspect of platforms. But also, just to keep him happy, and he might come back if you start smashing those 5-star reviews. Do it for Coops. Give us reviews. We want to hear from you. However you feel about the show, it's always good to get feedback. Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram. What else? Anything else, boys? On YouTube, JT, YouTube, like you've just
TikTok,
done this
Campfire,
week.
YouTube.
Oh, Campfire.
Campfire and WhatsApp. Ian,
Yes.
what is the numerical phone communication method?
The
Yeah.
numerical sequence that you need to enter into your intelligent phone is +44 759 269 5696. But this is not a voicemail number. This is a WhatsApp voice message number. Record your message and send it as free of charge if you're doing it internationally.
Or the email, actually, as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, incensedpodcast@yahoo.com if you want to go old school.
And if you want to send us a letter in the post, please do it to. We haven't got a PO box yet, but we will
Walpole
if anyone wants. Walpole Pond.
The bandstand.
You guys are
Walpole
from
Park.
the UK. Don't you just like give it to an owl or something and it just gets delivered later?
Oh,
or
they get
something
mixed
like
up with the Hogwarts letters. That's the
that?
problem.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We're waiting
Yeah.
for our stone tablet, though, so do send one of those through if you want.
Please, as we said at the beginning of the show, use our world famous hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Clarify the spelling?
I will, Joe. Of course I will. That is SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. If you want to be featured in the Shinies of the Week section.
Clarify the spelling,
Mark,
please.
could you please clarify that spelling for me, please?
Clipped. 135 miles.
SHINIESOFTHEWEEK.
Now do it in reverse.
KEEWFOSEINIHS.
Now in Russian.
Did I get that right? I don't know. Let me
I
know.
don't know.
Let me know. If
I
got
wasn't
that
even
right.
looking.
Now replacing the letters with their number.
In binary. 10.
We will find it if you use one of those many ways of hashtagging it on social media. We do like to thank our Patreon members. Thank you so very much. Our Patreon members do allow us to produce this podcast. We do pride ourselves on how the show is produced, but we also want to put a special thank you to our gold members for taking your support to the real top level. So we'd like to thank Hermes Ninja, JB, Clifford Mert, Darby Russ, Kerry Ann Zachary, Connor Lee, ML Folk 2022, Apex 171, Professor 58, K Technogal, Mufti, and Barside 2 for being our gold Patreon.
And a lot of those guys are actually in the live stream as we speak. So, yeah, thank you for being here. We do appreciate it.
They'll have heard how the news was really recorded.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And before we do move on, Mark, I just have to say welcome and thank you for joining the silver tier of the patron to Saul Haberfield.
Hey,
Hey!
welcome, mate. Thank you very much.
So, thank you. Thank you all for tuning in to listen. Have a great week, and we will see you.
Wait, boys, I have fantastic news.
What?
Binnacle Spotlight Hour on June 13th with 2 times Catch Candy.
I need that
Oh.
thing.
It's a great
I
shiny.
mean,
I
out
want
of
that
all
one.
the Spotlight Hours, this one's actually kind of decent. Like, I'm not going to lie.
I
like,
need the shiny hand faces.
And on that watery bombshell, see you next week.
On that wet bombshell.
and on
wet
that
bombshell.
handsy bombshell. I'll see you next
On
week.
that wet, damp bombshell.
Sue's just had that moist bombshell.
Bombshell.
Use that
Goodness
one,
me.
Mark. That's brilliant. And on that moist bombshell.
That'll eke people out, definitely.
And on that moist bombshell, see you next week.
Choose you!